What a Wild Spirit Brings by Lil, Chapter 22. Once to the garden, Gimfeldani ordered a meal from the kitchen via 2 servants, while Lil started picking some flowers. She wove them together into a wreath for Gimp's hair. The woman was flattered, and asked Lil to put it on her. Lil did gently, and the Heldani smiled and asked how she looked. Radiant. Gimp actually blushed a little, then laughed and called Lil a tease. Lil was a tease. She was glad Gimp knew it. It meant she wouldn't take her flirting seriously. Maybe she even knew it was to gain Mitten's attention. Yeah, this Gimp helping you out is a good thing. She's a real friend, sissy. Yep, so glad we like her. Me too. The lunch she ordered was chicken with some sort of noodles and a white cheesy sauce. Lil thought her mouth was in rapture. It was by far the best meal she'd ever eaten. She thanked Gimp again and again for it, and the woman ate hers slowly, enjoying Lil's face at each bite that she took. As they were finishing the meal, Mitten walked into the garden. There you are. I can't believe you had the gall to walk into court like you owned it, and in your nth gear instead of a dress. Do you have any idea the protocol you just ruined? I had to spend an hour convincing your cousin you didn't do it on purpose. I didn't. I was just looking for you. Why, what could be so important that you couldn't go to Gimfeldani with it? Well, I hadn't found her then either, but I had wanted to have lunch with you. Gimfeldani had it with me, and it was amazing. She also took me to the library, and you're the one that knows I love books. And what did I find there but a portrait of my mother? You didn't tell me it even existed. Some friend. Gimp is my friend now, so I'm glad you were busy. Good. Eat with her at every meal. I don't have time for play anymore, Lil. I have responsibilities. You're a woman. Act like one instead of a little girl. A woman? Gimp asked out of nowhere. Just, Lil said absently. You have fun, Lil. You play and say just, but you are a woman, and you should be behaving with some maturity, especially after what you've been through. I would think you'd be wanting to grow up, but you almost seem to be reverting into a childlike state. What? Who are you to judge me? How dare you? You have no idea what happened to me. Then talk about it instead of acting like a fool. You're the fool if you think you can tame me. I'm not trying to tame you, Lil. I want you to grow up. I am Entha. I will dress like an Entha. If you don't like it, you can just learn to. I will not be tamed. I have to retain some shred of myself. Everyone keeps trying to take everything from me. Demean took my virginity, my honor, my life. Rufford took Henry. My father took my books. The Monsul took my mother. Mornay took my rights. You took my trust. I will not lose anymore. I will take what I want. The last statement ended with her diving across the table and kissing Gimp. The Eldani was in absolute shock, so didn't kiss back, and when Lil pulled off of her, she didn't even look at the woman. She glared immediately up at Mitten. Mitten looked furious and calm at the same time. Fine, Lil. Throw your tantrum. Try to hurt other people, but the one you're hurting is yourself. Lil growled and left the garden, pounding each foot into the floor with all her strength. Sissy, you love her. That's why you're so mad. I know, Sissy. She has no idea. I know, Sissy, I know. I wish she knew. Make her know. How? Go tell her. Go right now to her room and tell her. I just tried to tell her. Just go talk to her. Don't shout. Just talk. Lil started crying and did as her brother bade. When she was almost to Mitten's room, she saw her standing in the arms of Jerk. He was just holding her close, and she was growling into his shoulder. Lil stopped crying, fury replacing sorrow. She's a little girl, Mitten. She's old enough to know better, Jerk. Look at me, darling. Mitten looked up at him, exasperated. You look beautiful, angry, and passionate like this, he said with a playful grin. She smiled at him and kissed him lightly. He pulled her towards her room, but she pushed away and shook her head. Later, I have to return to the Queen, she said with regret. I will look forward to tonight, and don't worry about the child, darling. Mitten nodded and walked away. He watched her leave, then retired to the room. Lil realized her hand was gripping her dagger so hard her hand were hurt. It's him! He's the one who's pitting her against you. He's the one who's telling her you're a child. Henry, how can she believe him? We have to get rid of him. How? He obviously isn't going anywhere. The Wilder, you could go scare a spirit. Nothing bad, just to make him leave. Oh, little brother, that is a fantastic idea. You really are a genius. Thanks. I just want you to be happy. You make me happy, little brother. You make me happy, too. Tonight I will hunt him down. No, do it now. He's probably napping, and that way you won't accidentally hurt her spirit. Oh, I didn't even think of that. It's all right. I don't mind being the smart one. Hee hee. Oh, you! She pictured herself tickling him, and he laughed and laughed all the way to her room. Lil jumped into the bed and curled up. She fell into the wilder smiling. Mitten would be hers.